With the legal counsel, it was incompatibility, and also questions about the right of eminent domain to force these landowners into selling property that was very near and dear to them. Those were kind of focuses for the legal representation, and the technical was whether or not the technology for drilling, sealing off, maintaining a repository was adequate for the short term as well as the long term, because we were talking 250,000 years into the future. So for being able to seal the radioactive waste away from humanity. The Department of Energy wasn't worried about sealing things off long term. They were planning to put some kind of a Stonehenge type marker up and encrypt it with every language known to man, plus some ancient languages that they thought would let someone know into the future that the radioactive waste was down there. At the time, in the early 80s, there was not a strong school of thought on Ogallala recharge. There have been studies since then that have verified that it happens much quicker than we thought. But at that time, the school of thought was that the recharge was slow, taking up to 100 years to bring surface water to the aquifer. But just the fact that the aquifer has not depleted at the rates that were predicted in the early 80s, and that in some cases it has risen, has certainly changed all of the thought about how it happens. But those were the primary issues of concern, plus what it would do to the local economy outside of the repository activity, the farming and the organic vegetables, and grains, those kinds of things, and the seed production. So the idea, much of what the farming community was concerned about was the marketability of products that were grown in and near a radioactive waste storage facility, whether or not we ever had any actual contamination.